Hey everyone, it's Jeannie from A1 Vacuum and Sewing, and I am getting ready to finish up my homework, which means I have to finish stitching out the mailbox and then 2 of the filler blocks, and we are done. So this one is going to be done in the 5x7, so don't forget. When you add the quilting stitch, it's going to bump up to 4.5 by 6.5. So we're going to go into our 5x7 right here. I'm just going to scoot this up. I'm going to rehoop. I finished off with the gift of embroidery. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so we're going to bump this up, bump it up. Again, I'm using my most amazing hoop. This is I'm gonna do it this way. Something I really like about this is it doesn't have to go right to the edge. Like you're like this, right? We gotta be careful. It just needs to catch it. So I'm just gonna take this, sweep it up. There. Did it catch? Yeah, that's enough. So maybe that'll be enough for this whole thing because look, I'm gonna push this up. And then I'm going to be careful and watch for, I might take a picture just to make sure that that's scooted up enough, right? There's that one. I thought I felt that. Hang on. Let's go ahead. Okay, nice and tight. All right, I'm going to take this on over to the machine. I'm going to slide it on, and let's load our design. Here we go. Ooh, ooh, Christmas time. All right. Oh my goodness, I got my multi-needle area cleaned up, so I'm almost ready to film my, I'm going to be filming a maintenance video because my machine has kind of been sitting there. It did not get a lot of use this winter, last winter, just while I was going through treatment, and then this spring as I was finishing up treatment, in this summer while we were just so busy. So I'm ready to get it going again. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go to the pocket, my top USB, and my Quilty Christmas folder. I'm going to load my background quilting first. I have my spreadsheet right here, and we are doing the mailbox, which is Christmas 15 4x6. Christmas 15. I'm PES, and we want the 4x6 designs. And remember, like when you see mine, I only have the designs that are being used in this because I buy an instructor pack. So that's all I have. So I'm going to go ahead and hit set. So I didn't pull off just the ones. I know you're going to have to go through and look through yours a little more carefully. Let's go ahead and hit add. And we are going to add the mailbox design. So you put your quilt design in first, then you're going to add. So I have my background quilting and then my PES folder. And then these are all the different quilts. And we are looking for the mailbox. And go ahead and set it. And it's supposed to be centered. And all that information that is on my spreadsheet, you're like, where do you get all that information? It's all in the book. So right here, it says the design. It says if it's that design, that's the size of the batting. It tells you whether or not you should center it. It tells you after quilting. So you're going to do your quilting first, and then you're going to go. So everything is right here. I just put it on one sheet. So, so it's centered. I'm going to just touch embroidery. It's going to combine on this screen. So now the background quilting and the design will move as one. I'm just going to go layout. And you know what? I'm going to leave it right in the center because this is the very end of my piece. And that way it'll be a little bit down from that top edge where the fabric's hanging over and away from the bottom edge too. So let's go ahead and get started. I have my fabric, or I'm sorry. Yeah. Here's my fabric bundle right here. So let me go ahead and get that out. Oh, and look, I have a little note here too that I was supposed to put Shape Flex on this. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to put a little piece of Shape Flex on the back of this. I will be right back. And there is also a little bit of prep with this piece of fabric here. You have to fold the pocket fabric in half, wrong sides together, and press well. So let's do that too. So come on over. Here's my bin of Shape Flex. Oh, that's like a long hair of mine from before, a long time ago. And I keep this just in one of my drawers right here. So when I need it, I have it. And then this is going to be folded in half. And I think it is the same. Let me see. Got a new ruler to add to my collection. I was like, I need a new ruler. I haven't had one in a while. So it's 3 inches by 3 inches. So it doesn't matter which way you fold it. It's non-directional. So we're going to fold that. And then here is my Shape Flex. Make sure when you press this that you press the bumpy side that has the adhesive on it towards the fabric. And then we're going to fold this over. And now we are ready. So there's your fold. That is going to be for the little mailbox right here. And we are ready to go to the machine now. Sorry, it wasn't prepped. Remember when we were doing the prep and then I just had a couple pieces that I don't know how they ended up not being backed with Shape Flex, but it happened. So I put a little note there just to do it later. Okay, so first stitch out is going to be the placement line for the batting. I'm going to go right here, and this button right here will allow me to skip steps, which is something that we're going to be doing. I have pink lemonade in there. I'm just going to leave it. Go ahead and stitch that, and let's grab our spray tent. I use my dime spray tent right here and my KK100 spray because I prefer this over tape. I think it's easier. I sit on an ottoman because Poppy likes to sit with me. I kick them out because I'm hoping I can get some work done. I have literally been watching movies all day because every time I start to stitch, she wants to sit on my lap and then she wants to take a nap. And in our house, there's a rule that you don't move a sleeping dog. So I've literally have gotten nothing done today. I'm feeling like this is the most unproductive day ever. And I told Patrick, I was like, I need to be so productive today. And then he left and I've just had the most unproductive day. There we go. Spray it in your spray tent so that aerosol doesn't get everywhere. And my goodies are sprayed. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay my piece of batting down right where it's stitched. And then I'm going to take my background fabric and I am just going to set, and I don't worry about any of this. It's muslin. Muslin's so pliable and it will just become what you want it to be. Isn't that like amazing? Okay, just make sure you're semi-centered. Make sure you're not all askew. And now we're going to do our tack down. So we're going to skip some of the steps. The next step is going to be the tack down for the batting and trim. We don't need it. Then the placement for the background. We don't need it. Tack down for the background. We need. Some of you have done like all the projects with me. And I think to myself, are they so sick of hearing me say that? Well, sorry. I'm going to keep saying it because then some of you are brand new to stitching with me. And I hope that I keep you company or else you learn from this because maybe you're new to Kimberbell and new to embroidery. I stitch all the Kimberbell projects. Okay, now we want the quilting and it's pink lemonade and that's what we already have in there. So there it is right there. And it's also on the spreadsheet. Pink lemonade. And some people go, how do I get the spreadsheet? So you either email me, you can email me at the store. Honestly, I don't even know what my store email address. I think it's A1 Vacuum and Sewing. gmail.net, maybe? But you can email me as well, and it's Jeannie A10. Jeannie is spelled Jeanne, the letter A, the number 1, SEW @gmail.com, so you can reach me that way. I usually post it to Facebook. I will do that. I'm going to do it right now. Let's just post it. I keep meaning to and I keep forgetting. But if you email, I'll also add you to our A1 Quilty Christmas group, where I will send you updates about updates with the spreadsheet as we modify it, and updates as to when we're going to get together and stitch. Let me just see if I can add this to the Facebook group right now. Next, I'm in the middle of my Facebook post. Now it wants us to fold your pocket, but we've already done that. We've already loaded the embroidery design, stitched the letterbox base placement line, and place the letterbox base fabric. So go ahead and stitch that out. I'm just going to go ahead and hit start. It's going to stitch out a base, so you'll see what it looks like, and we're going to put down our green piece of fabric. So grab your green piece of fabric. Color doesn't make a difference right now, so don't worry about that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put this down. Make sure you're covering the whole thing. I put spray on mine, so I'm not taping it. It's just so easy with this spray. I don't know what to say. I just love it. What scissors am I in the mood to use? Okay, let's go ahead and trim these. Oh my God, the magnet is like pulling my scissors. Hang on a second. These are my smaller double curved. So I can use the scissors. I'm a dominant righty, except I cut with my left hand. So, and I've taught my left hand to cut with right-handed scissors. So I have one pair that Patrick sharpened for me, and after he sharpened for me, I can't use them anymore because now they're like really sharpened for a righty. Okay, next step, color doesn't make a difference. I'm still going to leave that pink lemonade in, and we're going to be putting down the red piece of fabric. This is the letterbox placement line. And you want your red piece of fabric for this. And you can kind of see it, right? There we go. I'm just going to center it to this. Make sure it covers everything. And go ahead and do your tack down. And then we're going to trim. And this isn't that long of a stitch out. It's 19 minutes. So hopefully Patrick's on his way home from rock climbing all day. Hopefully I'll get done before he gets home. We're going to go into the store. Okay, tie that back on. And now it wants us to, we're gonna, step number 5 says stitch the pocket, right here, step number 5. I'm just gonna hit start. And it's stitching the placement line, and then we're gonna place the pocket background fabric right side up, which is, I think, cream. Lay that fabric down next. Should be this one. It's this one that I had to add some shape flux to, that I just had in there. And good thing I put that reminder. But I think I would have figured it out. I would have been like, it's going to show through. We're going to trim it. And then we have one more placement line for that pocket, which is, where's my pocket? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Okay, I'm going to trim this. Okay, placement line. One more. This is step number, I think, 7. Placement line and tick marks. The tick marks are really important because that tells you where to place the pocket. And then we're going to place the pocket fabric with the folds aligned with the tick marks and the excess fabric covering the placement line, tape in place. So the folds on the top. Got it? And we never spray the right side of the fabric. So we're going to lay this down, and guess what? I am going to give it a little tape. So I'm going to put this right on the tick marks. There we go. And we'll put this over here. I'm going to put this piece over here. Yes, I just pulled that right off of my table because you know I hoard my tape. Okay. And color doesn't make a difference again. Now we're going to do step number 8, which is to stitch the pocket tack down line and then remove the tape. Trim the fabric close to the stitch line. Do not cut the fold. Okay, so I'm going to take off the tape. Oh, look, it's still sticky. I'm going to put it on my table. All right, well, let's go ahead. And now now the color makes a difference. So the first color it wants is pine. So let's get your colors. Your Quilty Christmas colors if you bought that thread set, which I think it's totally worth getting. And don't forget, you can reach out to us and request a brown box special. Not everyone wants a brown box special. Some of you want the case. But if you don't need the case, then just request the brown box special and we give you special pricing. It'll be much cheaper. But you have to let me know that you want the brown box special. Just add it to your notes. Or you can call me, whatever you want to do. So as far as the colors go, put a pen here. We are going to be doing, whoop, whoop, here we go. Let's do it like this. Pine, that's the green with a circle. Wildflower, that's the red with a circle. Pine, and then pink lemonade. Pink lemonade is the cross, the pink cross with the white. And then anytime you see this, the square with the diagonals, that means color doesn't make a difference, but to use like a neutral color. And I think that's it. Oh, the last color right here. Don't forget this one right here. That's going to be linen. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to do 2 more filler squares and then we'll be done with our homework. I just have to press all the blocks, sew them all together, layer them, do a little stitch in the ditch. I got to look at my fabric, see if I have enough to make another backing for this one. Because I'm looking for scrappy pieces. I might go into my scrap bin and see what I have that's Christmassy too. Let's use it up. Okay, next color is going to be Wildflower, and I have Wildflower that lives on my machine. And people always ask, how should I take out my thread? Ready? Make sure your foot is up. This means foot is down. That means foot is up, and you're going to unthread. Just unthread right to here, and then it just comes right out. So just do that. You don't have to cut it and then pull at the needle. First of all, that means that involves being able to find your scissors. Who knows where their scissors are? I know I don't. And then you have to cut it, and then you throw away your thread. Oh my goodness. Who's got time for that? So just unthread it. Okay, this is 3 minutes of stitching. Just let it go. It's like they didn't finish his hair on the top of his head, right? What's going on? All right, let me grab my book. I was just pulling all my fabrics aside to see what was left over. Now it wants you to go ahead and put in pine again. So I'm going to go ahead and take out the red. Red is going away. Let me wind him up so it's not all messy and unruly on my thread stand because I don't use the rubber stoppers. I should. Betty was the one that taught me about those. And I'm going to put on my pine. So it's stitching out the letterbox top satin outline. So we have here, we did step number 9, which was around here, and then step number 10, the red around here. Now it's doing the pine right around here, and then we'll do the pink that goes around where you actually put, it's the pocket satin outline, and then we're gonna put in the linen, and that'll stitch out the lettering right there, and the little decorative scroll. Well, that was a fast 3 minutes. Is evaluating my fabric situation. Let me get my pink lemonade, and it's going to stitch the outside of the pocket. We are 14 minutes into a 19-minute stitch out. This one I thought was going to be like the most complicated, time-consuming one, and this is turning out to be like one of the easiest and not time-consuming. Outside of the pocket, and then get your linen. Your linen's going to be next. I think I need to buy linen by the king cone, right? That's going to be a king cone purchase. Go ahead and put in your linen. This is when you have to consider your stitching and how thick it is. Sometimes when it's really, really thin, then you're going to want to put in a 60 weight thread instead of your normal 40 weight. As the number goes up, the thread gets thinner. But I think this one will be fine. I liken it to mascara. Like sometimes you just don't want it to be clumpy looking. So you want to just put it on a little finer. But I think this font's going to be absolutely fine. I would show it to you, but I don't know where I put my book. There it is. Oh no. It's not the book. right. I was just rearranging my unique furniture. I love how configurable it is. So I know it needs to be wiped down, but I had this turned the other way, but I was thinking I'm going to set up my sewing here and then my pressing station right next to it. So nice, right? You are not locked into just one configuration. And I just freed up some more room in the sewing room too. All right, that one is done. You have a little pocket right here. That little pocket is made so that you can drop in the little letter, and which is right here in my accessories. So you can put that in there. You could kind of glue him in or sew him down to one or the other. So this one is done. Let's go ahead. We're just going to stitch out the 2 filler blocks, and we will be done stitching for sending holiday wishes. So let's come on over here. And they're 2x4. So it'd be good to do it in your 5x7. Do one here and one here. I'm just going to take my magnets off for this. Oh my goodness, they're so cute. They're ready to be pressed. And let me go ahead and hoop up. I was wondering, could I fit it right here on the top of this one? I could if I just put my magnets here on the sides, huh? Should I just do that and put one here? And then I can find a little piece of real estate. What's going on here? I have a ruler. And this is, I mean, this will be fine. I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Well, okay. Because I don't want to set a poor example. I'm not going to do it like that. But I'd have no problem stitching it out like that. Let's grab some fabric and we're going to hoop up our 5x7 for 2 more hoopings for that, for my filler blocks. I'll be right back. Okay, so here's a piece of, what length do I cut these, this is 9 inches wide. So just cut it 9 inches wide. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the top. There we go. I'll put one down on the bottom. And then we'll do our magnets on the sides. And we're doing these 2 filler blocks. And then we will be done. Okay, I'm going to put this on the machine. Let's grab our fabric and our spreadsheet, and we'll load our 2 designs and grab our thread. Here we go. I can put this away too. Done. You know, I love that. Peeling that off. Putting that away. And I'm going to say, okay, here, let's go home. That will clear our screen. And the 2 designs we're looking for, because they're these 2, the 2x4. They're both the same design. Christmas 15. So we're going to select one and then make a copy. So we're going to come in here to Quilty Christmas, and it's Christmas 15, and we want the 2x4 design, and my format's PES, and there's 2x4 right here. So go ahead and select that. Set. I'm going to swing mine around. So I'm just going to go edit, rotate, and I want to take it 90 degrees. There you go. And if you're not sure, just play with them. You can always reset it right here It'll come in the original way, centered and the original orientation, and then just flip it. So my hoop's on, but I'm in my first screen, and even when the hoop is on in your main edit screen, this is your main edit screen, look, you can go right outside your embroidery field. So I'm going to bring it back to center. That's your center button. These are your moves. And I'm going to eyeball it and just get it right up to the top as far as I can go. If you're one click too far, it's going to tell you to change to a bigger hoop. So I just brought it down, I think one click inside. Now to get out of my rotate options, I'm just going to touch OK. And now I'm going to touch this button. This will make a copy. It always makes a copy in front of and to the right. Just like you see here, original and copy. See? So I'm going to go to move. I don't want to move that with my finger because I might move the one underneath it. That's my new one. I'm going to center it and bring it down. I always like things centered. I'm just going to leave it just like that. We'll have a little space in between. We save all that muslin down on the bottom or stabilizer, whatever you're using. And then let's go ahead and see what colors we need. So here's my fabric. And look, they're both the candy cane hearts. And looks like we're going to use taffy for both of those. So let me grab my taffy. And you want a different color. I actually have the linen in right now, and I'm going to leave that because that'll be a good tack down color that I can fussy cut to. So last thing we're going to do, a couple other things. We're done with making a copy and moving it. So we'll say okay. We're done in our main edit screen. We're going to touch embroidery. And now we're going to go layout. See how it's repeating the process twice? We're just going to go layout, and this is where we color group. So just go ahead and touch color group. Now it does all the placement and the quilting all at the end. Isn't that nice? Not all machines have that feature, so you might have to do it twice. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my placement line for the batting for both of them. I'm going to grab my spray tent and my spray. Where'd I put you, spray? I know that's harder to see because I did it in the linen, but you guys get it. So while it's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and put my batting in wrong side up because that's the side that's going to go down, and it's the nubbier side. Wrong side of my fabric. And wrong side of my batting. I'm just going to give it a little shot of spray. Don't go too crazy. Sometimes I do want to spray the filler blocks a little more just so they don't move around. And I'm going to put down my batting first right inside that placement line, which is if you're cutting your batting, if you didn't cut it to size, then you're going to be cutting it next. You're going to do the tack down. But ours is cut to size, and I would recommend doing that. And with this, you want this to be an equal amount left and right and an equal amount top and bottom. You've got about 1/4 of an inch to play with, and you can feel it. And if you don't have it right, pick it up and redo it. We're going to do this one. So peek under. You got an equal amount left and right, and I have more on the top. And bring it down just a little bit. Okay. Now I have more on the bottom, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to skip some steps. And if it overlaps, that's okay too. You just don't want your tack down to go on into the, you don't want his tack down to go into that one and the tack down from this one to go into that one. How do I fast forward? You have to go to this button right here where you go, where it shows the needle, minus, and plus stitches. We're going to skip this. That's the tack down for the batting. We cut ours to side. There's 2 of them, so you have to go through both of them. And we're going to skip this placement for the background because we already placed, but we are going to do both those tack downs. So if you see different colors, it will stop in between those colors, meaning it will do all that orange for both of them, but it's going to stop before it goes to the green. So if these were going to be different the stitching was going to be different for those. You would have to manually stop the machine because right now the machine sees them both as the same, the green quilting stitch. And it's not asking you to put in green. It's saying that that's the quilting. So this is why sometimes I like a little more spray on my filler blocks to kind of hold it down so it's not moving all around. And now I'm going to change out my thread and I'm going to put in the taffy. You could do red. Red would be really cute too. I think red would be cute. I think red is also a big commitment. You know, because what if you don't like it? But I bet you would love it. But I'm always scared, so I just like to be safe. Every once in a while, I'll go out on a limb and do a color that's going to be a little brighter and a little bolder. This is just a minute of stitching and then we're done. The next video I'm going to do for this one will be the pressing, the trimming, the sewing together, the stitch in the ditch, the layering. I did go through my fabric, so, oh my goodness, what is this? There's some weird bug in here. So I think these are my scrap pieces. So I'm going to start sewing them together again to do the back for this one. And I have some big pieces, so it should go really fast. Hopefully I grab the ones that I need. And I'm going to look through my scrap bin too and maybe grab some more Christmassy Kimberbell fabrics. What's the back? All right, and we are done. I will join you here again. Is that so cute? I'll join you back here to do the finish work. Thanks. Bye.